me welcome you to our Sunday night, Monday morning little soiree here from the South Lakes in the United Kingdom. It's just gone midnight, and before we begin, I would like to invite you to light your candle for peace, to light your candle for the whole family of God, many of whom are struggling with many issues, and many are hurting. And we remember the children displaced from their homeland in Syria, now living in Tent City, and there's over 40,000 of them, and many of them are struggling with the nightmares from all the atrocities that they have seen inflicted by their brother Muslim. So let us light this light for the little ones who are hurting. So we light a light in the name of God who creates life, in the name of the risen Christ who loves life, in the name of the Spirit who is the fire of life, in the name of Gaia, our beloved Earth Mother, who nurtures the divine in all life, in the name of all faith traditions and none, for they are the children of the same God. They are our brothers and our sisters, and we welcome them. And to you who have joined me, I share this light with you as a gift from my heart in recognition for the I Am Presence who already lives within your being, and for those who may watch this recording, that the light of the cosmic Christ and the divine feminine aspect of God touch you and fill you with the peace of God. I would like to read to you, if I may, from Psalm 42. It's a psalm that I have read since 1966 as a young postulant when I was in training to be a nursing monk. And it's a psalm that I have come to love. And as I grow older now, this psalm really typifies the journey of the soul towards God. And you will recognize it once I begin to read. As a deer longs for flowing streams, so my soul is thirsting for you, my God. My soul thirsts for God, for the living God. When shall I glimpse your presence again? My tears have become my food day and night, as people say to me, where is your God? I remember how I sang and danced with others in the great temple, how I led the festive crowds. I remembered the joy and the shouts of gladness. These things I remember now as I pour out my soul. Why are you cast down, my soul? And why are you troubled within me? Hope in God, for I shall again find strength. At the rising of the sun, God's love streams forth. In the darkness of the night, a song still stirs within me. It is a prayer to the God of my life. I say to God, my rock, why have you forgotten me? Why is my heart so heavy? Hope in God, O my soul, for I shall again find strength, my help and my God. Beautiful words. I hope that they have resonated with your heart, for they speak volumes to me. Volumes that we are the sons and daughters of a loving God. We may not be Christian, Muslim, Hindu, Sikh or Baha'in. We may be a Wiccan or a pagan, agnostic or an atheist. But that doesn't matter. There will come a time when those who disbelieve in the presence of the Supreme will be reawakened to see the face of God. This I do know. So let us come to this table, and let us bring to this table anything that has caused us disquiet this day. Any sadness. I know our dear sister Elizabeth is still hurting in her heart at the loss of her dear friend who died peacefully. So we remember our dear friends, and we remember those who are dying tonight, that they will not die in pain, and that they will not die alone. For death is just a passing. It is not the end. It is the beginning of a beautiful journey, a journey of self-discovery. It's a journey of love, a journey into beauty. And though I have not seen, I believe, I trust. I trust in what my heart gives to me, and I ignore what others might have to say that would disparage such truths. So let us just touch the hearts of each other. Let us come to this place, and let us be at peace. Just sit back and relax. But I would remind you, you are not alone. The cosmic Christ is with you now. The divine feminine and the company of heaven with your spiritual teachers, they are now coming to you. So just relax and allow your heart sense their presence as they speak to you. I would like to play a beautiful song by John Michael Talbot, and it's called God Alone is Enough.
Nothing trouble you, and let nothing frighten you, for everything passes, but God will never change. Patient endurance will obtain everything. Whoever you, and let nothing frighten you, for everything passes, but God will never change. Patient endurance will obtain everything. Whoever has God wants for nothing at all. God is enough. God is enough. Whoever has God wants for nothing at all. God is enough. God is enough. Whoever has God wants for nothing at all. Whoever has God wants for nothing at
How beautiful are those words, for God is enough. Does that mean anything for you? That God, the Supreme, the Creator of all life form, animal, vegetable, mineral, does it say anything to your heart? Does it touch you? Does it remind you that the moment you surrender your heart to love, you receive a precious gift? What is this gift? The gift is the promise of life eternal. The gift is a living, abiding peace, freedom from worry and anxiety, and the assurance that your needs will be met. Not your wants. God does not do want, He does need. But also what you're given is the spirit of loving kindness. The spirit of loving kindness. At this point, I would like to read to you from a beautiful little book, a Buddhist teaching, A Heart Full of Peace. And the section I'm drawn to read this evening is really, really heartwarming. And it's called, and it reads, loving kindness, on the other hand, is extraordinary precisely because it can embrace all. There is no one who falls outside of its domain. That is why when we encounter people who have developed this capacity to a great extent, the Dalai Lama, for example, we sense their tremendous kindness towards everyone. Loving kindness is a feeling that blesses others and oneself with the simple wish, be happy. The Japanese poet Issa expresses this open-hearted feeling so well. In the cherry blossom's shade, there's no such thing as a stranger. Although we may not always live in a steady sense of loving feeling, through practice we can learn to touch it many times a day. The practice of loving kindness for oneself is another one way to develop and strengthen metta within us through the following specific meditation practice, which we start by extending loving feelings toward ourselves. It's very simple. At first, just sit in some comfortable position and keep an image or felt sense of yourself in mind. Slowly repeat the phrases of loving kindness for yourself. May I be happy, may I be peaceful, may I be free of suffering. Say these or any other phrases that reflect feelings of care and well-wishing over and over again. We do this not as an affirmation, but rather as an expression of a caring intention. As you repeat the words, focus the mind on this intention of kindness. It slowly grows into a powerful force in our lives. Although the practice is straightforward, at times it can be extremely difficult. As you turn your attention inward and send loving wishes towards yourself, you might see a considerable amount of self-judgment or feelings of unworthiness. At these times, proceed gently, as if you were holding a young child. A line from an old Japanese samurai poem expresses well this part of the practice. I make my mind my friend. I make my mind my friend. The practice of loving kindness for a benefactor, after strengthening feelings of loving kindness for ourselves, we then send these very same wishes to a benefactor, someone who has aided us in some way in our lives. This might be a parent, a teacher, or even someone we don't know personally, but whose life has nonetheless had a positive influence on our own. One person who was having difficulty connecting with loving kindness said that she opened to the feeling of metta most easily when she thought of her dog, a being who has always gave her unquestioning love. Benefactors can take many forms. In this part of the practice, hold the image or sense of that person or other being in your mind, as if you were talking directly to them. And then direct your intention of metta toward him or her. Be happy, be peaceful, be free of suffering. This stage is often easier than directing metta towards ourselves, because we usually already have warm and caring feelings for those who have helped us. Let us now spend some time focusing on ourselves by making our mind our friend, not our enemy. end the squabbles and the wars with the mind. Bless it. It is a gift from God. Let us be still at this table, and let us now sense the Spirit of God coming upon us. Let us sense the peace of God flowing through every part of us. Now let us sense the I Am presence living within us, and be still. Be still in the presence of love. And let us bring our inner child and ourself into the core of our thinking and feeling and loving. Let us welcome them. And now let us say to them, be happy, be peaceful, be free of suffering. Be happy, be peaceful, be free of suffering. And as we sit quietly, we are aware of our spiritual teachers. It could be the Lord Buddha, Vishnu, Ganesh, or Krishna. It could be Jesus the Christ. It may be Gaia, Magdalena, or Francis of Assisi. Whoever your teachers are, welcome them. And as you sit in the presence of God, remind yourself that you are a child of God and that you have always been loved. You came into this incarnation as a loved child. You were not a spiritual abortion. You were a spiritual embryo that was nurtured by divine love. Let us now experience the peace, the love, the joy, and the blessing of God. Just be still and allow your senses embrace your higher self and your child within. Be at peace. Be at peace, my soul. Be at peace. And as you sit quietly, you see the dove of peace, the most beautiful dove you have ever seen, and it's coming towards you. And it's now parallel with your eyes, and it's looking at you. And you sense you've to place two hands out, and it rests on your hands, and you bring it close to your heart. And the dove folds its wings and settles on your hand. And then you begin to stroke it gently, and with each gentle stroke, a shaft of light flows from its being into you. It is a healing light. It is selfless love, and it brings blessing to you and your inner child. Sense the peace. Sense the healing touch of the dove of peace flowing through every part of you. For this peace is not of the world. This peace is of God. It is an everlasting peace. Open your heart and allow that peace flood your mind, your aching body, your weary spirit, and receive the gifts of the Holy Spirit. Be at peace, for you are a temple of love, a temple of light, a temple of grace, a temple of healing. And for the dove of peace to work through you, we have to name, to bless, and to release to the cosmic Christ anything that prevents us from doing this, to release all negativity to the light. Just sense the peace of God. Sense the love of God. And the love is real. It is tangible. And it's now empowering you to take back your power and self-heal. Be at peace. Be at peace. Be at peace. And now receive the blessing from the dove of peace. And relax. And you are safe now. You have come home to your inner truth, that you are not alone, but that you are loved. Blessed beloved of God, you are loved. And if we say that those words as our mantra, I am a beloved of God. I am a beloved of God. I am a child of love. I am a child of love. I am a child of peace. I am a child of peace. Be still and be aware that today is the first day of the rest of your life. Enjoy it and be happy. And now we say the blessing of heaven, the blessing of earth, the blessings of sea and sky be on those we love this day and on every human family. We give the gifts of heaven, the gifts of earth, the gifts of sea and sky, and the gifts from Brother Sun and Sister Moon. Like the deer that yearns for running waters, so my soul is thirsting for you, my God. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for allowing me into your space. And may the God of peace show you Nirvana. Celebrate your divinity now. Reclaim your birthright. Go forward in the knowledge that you are loved. Namaste. Shalom. Inshallah Paxet Bonum Om Shanti. Solo de Caritas. Peace. Peace.